Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tori Haylock, and I'm here today to speak with you in regard to the amount of bees that we are losing at an alarming rate and how it's going to affect our planet. As of right now, we are losing bees. Bees are leaving perfectly good colonies or perfectly well maintained colonies. And the reasons are not per se unknown, but they're just happening at an alarming rate. And it's due to the use of pesticides on our locally grown fruits and vegetables. The bees that are leaving the colonies are in most cases, the worker bees. They are the bees that gather the pollen. They help cultivate flowers and fruits and vegetables. They also gather nectar, water, and sometimes they also protect the hive. They are like the first defenders for people coming to the hive. So those are the bees that as you're walking through the park, they're just kind of buzzing around. They might be following you and maybe even in certain instances attacking because they're trying to keep you away from their colony to protect their colony as well as their queen. When those bees are sprayed with pesticides, those pesticides send the bees into a very erratic and frantic flight, and they end up leaving the colony. And once they've left the colony, they can't remember how to get back home. Their brains are kind of frazzled, and because they don't have the proper guidance to kind of navigate them back, unfortunately, they die. Without the population of bees being at a substantial rate, we are risking our own lives in a sense. Without the pollination of bees, as well as, or without the pollination of fruits and vegetables that we rely on, eventually we will run out of food and we may run out of quality oxygen before we run out of the food without the bees helping us along. Right now, bees pollinate apples, strawberries, apricots, almonds, avocados. They also pollinate pumpkins, cucumbers, just a lot of different fruits and vegetables that we need to sustain ourselves. Some easy ways to kind of assist in the bee problem, even just on a local level, was mentioned in a report, a show called SOS, which is based out of Los Angeles, California by Dr. Reese Halter, to just plant more fruits and vegetables in our own yards. Make sure to put out plenty of water and to put down plants that will attract the bees. For example, any type of yellow flower, any type of blue flower will bring attention to the bees, and the bees will gravitate to that space, which in this case would be a positive thing if you are designed or if you're in an area that you can assist with the bee epidemic. In conclusion, I think the best thing to do is to create something that we can say we left this for our next generation. Our grandchildren, in certain cases, our children, in certain cases, will be affected if the world continues in the way that it's going. We need to do something now to help the bees. We need to do something now to save the bees, not only just for honey, not only just for beeswax, but for, like I said, our fruits, our vegetables, and even our livestock. Our U.S. crops are failing sometimes because there are no bees to help pollinate. There are no bees to gather nectar. And even in certain instances, there's not enough water for the bees that are out there to gravitate to. And in most cases, the pesticides that once they come in contact with it, they're just all over the place, and it almost takes the same effect as Alzheimer's in its worst stages. And if anyone out there has personally dealt with Alzheimer's, you understand that it is a debilitating disease that unfortunately people can't be on their own. And it's the same with the bees. The bees, they're just kind of lost and wandering around, and eventually they tire themselves out and they never make it back home. When they leave the colony, most time they leave the queen and a few other younger bees, and most time those bees don't know how to operate the colony, and in most cases the queen does not know how to operate the colony on her own. In conclusion, I would just like to share that there are plenty of things that you can do to help out the epidemic if you don't have the yard space. You can reach out to local parks. You can reach out to local parks and trails if you have like a trail going through your neighborhood, or a trail leading to a local store, just to put down different fruits and different vegetables. Also, like I said, putting down the various plants that will help the bees gather nectar, and maybe even possibly small water dishes along the way that will help. Thank you for your time, and let's reach out and save the bees. Thank you.